All right, Daniel Prophet. Coming up on, I got you on 7-12. Got you on 7-13.
Fouls on number 14, Veda Barton, her fifth. Entering the game, number 12, Emily Wyatt.
Gymnasium on the campus of Elizabeth High School. Bid you a very pleasant good evening and welcome to the Girls District 1 AA tournament. Ready to bring it to you. The girls are here now, but the guys are coming. This is a barn burner right here. We've got ourselves a 4-point game leading Sullivan East with 1:46 to go in the ball game. Much like our next game, the losers eliminated. The winner move on to not only play tomorrow, but play in the regional. So tomorrow, the winner of this one will get the red-hot Elizabeth Lady Cyclones. 6-point lead right now by Sullivan East. We're joined by Dr. John Bittner, color commentator tonight. Good evening, Doc. How you doing, sir?
Good evening, Tom. Doing well. Thank you for having me. Good game here.
Oh, yes.
To end one and start the next one. 4-point lead here for East.
Better believe it. And if Volunteer didn't come back and win this game, it'll be a case of missed shots.
Yeah, no doubt.
Laws, in mercy, they've missed a boatload inside that paint tonight. 6-point lead. East gonna play keep away here with 1:09 to play the basketball game. East trying to set up a rematch with the red hot and 4th ranked in the state, Lady Cyclones of Elizabeth. So good evening, wherever you may be.
JC Beckley.
1:03 to go, 64-58. Great camera angles. Hello, Carl Wilson. How you doing, sir? Jenna Hare and the Lady Patriots trying to punch their ticket, and they're well on their way. With a minute to go, they're up by 8, 66-58. Here's the breakdown. Of course, for the ladies, the winner of this one will get Elizabethton tomorrow at 3 o'clock. Then Tennessee High, Unicoi County, the second and third seed, will square off at 6 o'clock tomorrow night. That's on the girls' side. On the boys' side, same thing. We're about to do a play-in game. Volunteer and Elizabeth and the Cyclones of Lucas Honeycutt take on the Volunteer Falcons. That'll be coming up next, our game. The winner will play Tennessee High tomorrow at 4:30. We're hoping it's a doubleheader back-to-back. Cyclones boys and Cyclone girls and Cyclone boys. The other side of the bracket tomorrow night at 7:30. Unicoi County and Sullivan East on the boys' side. So a quadruple hitter tomorrow at 3, 4:30, 6, and 7:30. We're for sure going to be here at 6 o'clock tomorrow with the Cyclones, the Lady Cyclones of Lucas Andrews. So clock at a minute 3 to go. 66-58. Sullivan East trails. I'm sorry, Volunteer trails to Sullivan East. Oh, you're picking up the 3 camera. Jackson Clavier running the camera under the basket. Head with the 3 ball, not there. Rebounded Sullivan East. That may do it. 45 seconds to go. You're down 8. And Jenna Hare and the Lady Patriots may live for another day here. Whistle and a foul on number 12 for Volunteer.
The Volunteer, that's not the person you want going to the line.
Nope. She's basically money and has been for many, many, many years. Like she's been here forever.
I asked you earlier what grade she was in. I knew better. I knew she was a senior because I've watched her play for 4 years, but it feels like it's been longer, you know, because she's made such an impact on their team from the time she came in as a freshman. So when kids do that, a lot of times it feels like they're around for 6 years instead of 4. But great player. She's going to go on and do great things. Good family. So glad she's, you know, getting to see the light of another day on the court anyway, if they can hold on for the next 40 seconds.
40 seconds to play. 66-58 Sullivan East. So with 40 seconds to go and you're up 8. I don't know if I can declare it, but I think I may declare it. Sullivan East going to win this game. Is that a fair statement, sir?
Looks that way.
Yeah.
You never know. It's tournament basketball.
So you got it. Stranger things have happened. Crowd beginning to fill in there pretty good. Getting ready for the...
That's why people buy their tickets.
That's
you never
exactly
know this
right.
time of year what's going to happen.
You never know. Tennessee showed that the other night against Alabama.
They did.
Kendra Huff with a floater, putting up the shot, comes up short. That'll pretty well do it. 66-58, 25 to go in the ball game. East is going to move on here and take on Our Lady Cyclones tomorrow at 3 o'clock. So with 20 seconds to go, you're down 8. Jenna Hare back to the free throw line to shoot. Our boys are coming up next, so the ladies will have Sullivan East at 3 o'clock tomorrow. We're going to talk to Lucas Andrews at halftime of the boys' game. Our Lady Cyclones up in the corner here, the 4th-ranked team in the state, winners of 13 straight. Watching what's going on here. And Jenna Hare and the Lady Patriots are punching their ticket to the regional next week and the district semifinals tomorrow. Volunteer gave it a great run. They had them, just couldn't get the shots to fall when they needed them to fall. And Emerson Head, 67-61. Cuts it to 2 seconds to go in the ball game. Cuts it to a 6-point game. Let's see who's playing their last game for Volunteer, unfortunately, would be Kendra Huff, Gracie Lawson, Emerson Head, Addison Wright, Emily Wyatt, Emily McPherson. 6 seniors for Coach Caroline Leak. (68-61), 2 ticks to go in the ball game. One more shot for Jenna Hare. Sullivan East, they're going to advance. They will take on Our Lady Cyclones tomorrow. And that'll finish it out. 69-61 the final. So Sullivan East moves on. They'll qualify for the regional, and 6 seniors are saying done with basketball for Volunteer, and of course the rest of the team as well. The Lady Falcons eliminated here. 69-61 is the final. All right, we'll take a 2-minute break. We'll set the stage for our game coming up next. That's why we're here, the Cyclones and the Falcons on the boys' side of the basketball. Bracketing for the boys' tournament. 2-minute timeout from John Treadway Gymnasium. You're watching Elizabethton Cyclone basketball on the student-run Cyclone Network.
Dan Britt, Big Dan's Barbecue. Tell us what's going on. Why would we want to come to Big Dan's Barbecue? What's your specialty?
Well, of course, barbecue, but we smoke everything on site. I don't take any shortcuts. I make my own sauces, rub, don't get any cheap meat, and we let it go low and slow. And then we have all the sides too, barbecue beans, mac and cheese, homemade chips. We got fries, collard greens, coleslaw, baked potato salad. Then we also got burgers and dogs and chicken tenders and, you know, sliders and stuff. If you're with somebody that wants barbecue, but you want something different. And we got BLTs and grilled cheese. You know, we got smoked bologna. Of course, hot dogs, all that stuff, but mostly barbecue.
Tell me about the burn ends. That's real popular.
The burn ends became real popular. It's the tip of a brisket where it's real marbly, and you put more rub on it, put it back in the smoker, and render the fat out of it. And then it's like smoky good cubes of beef, tender beef.
Oh, it's awesome. The burn ends, Big Dan's is the best. His phone number, by the way, is 542-2272. Planning folks already, planning weddings and outdoor gigs coming up in the spring and field days and all kinds of ways you can help folks. Tell me about that.
Yep, just call and I'll give you a quote and we'll make it happen, and I'll make sure you don't run out of food. I've been doing this for a long time, and we cook like we're cooking for family, and we want to make everybody happy, and we want to be the real deal, and just serve good food and barbecue, and we love being part of downtown Elizabethton. We love Elizabethton. You know, I'm from here. Whole family's from here. And, we just love being part of the community and serving good barbecue.
Social media, how do we find you?
I'm on Facebook. I got somebody building me a website. I'm in the Stone Age, but we are on Facebook. So, Big Dan's East Tennessee Barbecue.
One of our great sponsors, folks, of Cyclone Sports and the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Love the guy, Dan Britt and the gang downtown Elizabethton at Big Dan's Barbecue. Here's
invite you to patronize our concession stand, which is conveniently located in the lobby area. You'll find cold drinks, Chick-fil-A sandwiches, and much more. Restroom facilities are also located in the main hall area. You can help us keep Treadway Gymnasium clean by depositing your trash.
I'm there on Mike's side, courtside with Dr. John Minton, our great principal here at Elizabethton High School. Let's take a look at these two games. First one down there, oh baby. They lit us up, Doc, 84-60. Can I call you Dr. J? Is that okay?
Of course.
There you go. Love this guy. 84-61 was the final. 17 field goals, 13 threes for Volunteer that night.
Tough night, yeah.
11 out of 16 from the stripe for 84 points. On that night, they were led by a young man we got to pay a lot of attention to, Blake Head, who had 24. You had Andrew Knittel, 17, Jolton Harrison, 10, and Casey Christian, 16. That's 4 in double digits, first time down there. We, in that ball game, had Mac Paulson with 11 and Tim Hobbs with 10. That was game one. Game two here, we lose 77-67. In that ball game, for Volunteer, you had 24 from Jolton Harrison, 15 from Blakehead, and 13 from Casey Christian. We were led in that ball game, but Nate Stevens with 13. So in the two meetings between these two, we lose by 10, we lose by 23 the first time out, lose by 10 the second time out. Here's the scoring averages. For Volunteer, in our two games, Blakehead, the senior, averaging 18. Andrew Canitto averaging 16. Jolton Harrison averaging 17. Case and Christian averaging 14. Got 4 double digits for the Falcons in 2 meetings against us. For us on the other side, we don't have a gentleman yet in double digits in scoring. Nate Stevens averaged 8. Andrew Barnett's averaged 8. Mac Paulson averaged 9. Jackson Hobbs averaged 8. Dalton Mitchell way under his scoring, averaging 5 points a game in these 2 games. That to me is one of the big keys in this game. We'll let Dr. J give you all those. Luke Whaley averaging 3 in the 2 games. And so the winner will get 5th ranked Tennessee High tomorrow in the semifinals. And of course, much like our game just now when East won it, the Lady Patriots punched their ticket to the regional, and so will the winner of this game, and the loser, of course, will be eliminated. Dr. J, what's your take on this basketball game, sir? First off, again, good evening. Thanks for being with us. And the atmosphere, as well it should be, is electric. This is it. You're one and done. Somebody's going home tonight.
Yeah, we've talked about it throughout the season on air a little bit about the advantage that we have. Here we are, just having an opportunity to host this tournament. And so, you know, anytime you go on somebody's home court, you're talking about the loss to Volunteers. The first time I was there, and, you know, going to Volunteers is a tough place to play. It's a long way to drive, and it was one of those nights where they came out shooting hot. We just kind of got in the hole and couldn't dig ourselves back out. And, you know, they had home court advantage, and obviously that played a big dividend for them. The head kid shot it really good. They just had a good night, and then we obviously closed the gap here. You know, playing at home, being out on our home court, had a chance to win there late in the 4th quarter, and they kind of separated themselves on the free throw line. But, you know, we got better. The point is we got better from that first game into the second game, and now they're back at our place. And so I can promise you one thing, Tennessee High right now is probably sitting and watching this game, or maybe listening to us, who knows, not really sure who they want to play, because at the end of the day, you know, these 2 teams are a lot alike. Volunteers got some length, and they've got some speed. They like to get up and down the floor. They like for the game to get out of control a little bit. But, you know, our guys are a lot the same. And so, you know, we got a lot of slashers. We got a lot of guys that are going to get out and push. I know Coach Honeycutt's going to try to be pushing the tone. You know, he may have a different type of game plan. We'll kind of see how the first quarter gets started. But I think depth is going to be not necessarily an issue, but it's obviously going to be something we got to pay attention to. Foul trouble for us. Foul trouble for them. We've played them enough times to know who's going to be, you know, the people that we got to keep an eye on. But you know, at the end of the day, this is a senior game, you know, and our senior guys, you know, Dalton, Nate, Nathan. I mean, those 3 guys, they want to live to play another day. And so I know Volunteers got their guys that want to do the same. So that's what's special about tournament basketball. You know, those guys got to come out and be ready to play, and our young guys got to step up off the bench and do their job and try to buy these seniors another game, a home game at that.
We got a 2-minute timeout coming up. Let's run down the roster for Volunteer. Number 2, Braden Minton, senior. Number 3, Connor Haynes, junior.
No relation, by the way.
None?
I don't think so.
No.
No, I hadn't looked it up, but I wondered when I heard his name.
That's his daddy right there, who played at Solomon North, could flat play back in the day. Clement would be his daddy.
All right.
Number 5, and by the way, John Minton could play back in the day, too.
I'm definitely not related to him then. Go ahead. Didn't mean to interrupt.
He could light him up back in the day, too. Come on now. I know, but I've done some homework when you served.
Keep reading that wrong.
Thank you. Number 5, Jolton Harrison, senior. Number 10, Andrew Canitto, senior. Number 11, Nolan Amix, sophomore. Number 14, Cameron Cox, 10th grader for Volunteer. Number 20, Owen Miller, 10th grader. Number 21, Tucker McLean, junior. Number 24, Blake Head, senior. Number 33, Jackson Clontz, sophomore. Also, you have number 34, Casey Christian, senior. And the last one for Volunteer, number 44, sophomore, Luke Armstrong. Head coach is Zach Crawford. Assistant coach is Clay Minton, Jared Harrison, and Jeremy Summers. And the honorary coach, the one, the only, Ronnie Housewright. Cyclones, looking at their roster, 5'9" junior Luke Whaley wears 0. 5'10" senior Nate Stevens wears 3. 6-foot freshman Zach Wallen wears 10. 5'9" sophomore Andrew Barnett wears 12. 6-foot senior Dalton Mitchell, 15. 5'10" junior Zach Bates wears 20. 6'1" junior Will Churchill wears 21. 6'3" junior Mac Paulson wears 22. Jackson Hobbs, a 6'4" junior, wears 24. Nathan Schuma for the Cyclones, 6'3" senior, wears 42. Hudson Smith, 6'6" sophomore, 50. And Justin Wallen, the 6-foot freshman, wears 44. Cyclones 9-16 on the season. Volunteer 19-10. That means absolutely nothing here with these 4 quarters of basketball tonight. You can be 0-20 or 20-0. Doesn't mean a hill of beans, folks. It's all what you can do in these 4 quarters of basketball. Dr. J will break it down for you after this 2-minute timeout. You're watching Elizabethton Cyclone basketball. We're bringing it to you on the student-run Cyclone Network.
So I stopped in at Chick-fil-A for lunch and saw Officer Wilson come in. I decided to place a dine-in mobile order and have a cookie delivered to him just to show appreciation for his service for our community.
A few minutes later, I noticed that Officer Wilson had gotten up and left, and I knew he hadn't gotten his cookie yet.
I'm headed to my car. I turn around and I see Allie, and she's running after me.
Mr. Police Officer, Mr. Police Officer.
Usually when someone yells, officer, officer, they want to ask me about a ticket they got. I absolutely wanted the cookie. This cookie is delicious.
Save half off or more throughout the store. Plus, get it now and you don't have to wait. Living rooms, dining rooms, bedrooms, and more. Plus 0% interest financing so you can pay it later. Now through Saturday at Cannon's Furniture in downtown Elizabethton.
Gymnasium, yours truly, Tom Taylor and Dr. John Mitt, Mike side, court side, ready to bring it to you. Tomorrow, 3 o'clock, it's been established. Lady Cyclones will tangle with the Lady Patriots of Sullivan East in the semifinals of the girls tournament. Of course, the winner of this one will get the 5th-ranked team in the state. That would be the Tennessee Vikings out of Bristol, Tennessee. We have told you this is our last year we'll see Volunteer. They drop down to District 2 next year. We would see them in postseason only. As far as a regular conference opponent, we will be picking up Crockett. Of course, Crockett's girls and Crockett's guys are very much in the hunt in the 4A. In fact, Crockett's girls will play for the championship tomorrow night against Daniel Boone, and Crockett's guys will play 3rd place against Dobbins Bennett. So a very quality opponent coming in here next year. For the Crockett Pioneers coming with Volunteer, our last look coach at this team in the regular season, Loda Reba Whitehead. So break it down for me, sir. What we got? Give me some keys to this basketball game.
I think you know, one of the things that's we got to be able to control. Number one, we got to control the rebounding war. And you know, we talked about it a lot throughout the season. It's something that's pretty understood in high school basketball that, you know, winning the rebound battle is really important. And so that's easier said than done. You know, Volunteers probably having that same conversation pregame, talking about how important it is to make sure that, you know, the rebounding war is something that they come out on top. They go to the glass hard. They go to the offensive glass pretty hard. And so we got to be able to check guys out. We got to release and go get it. We got to compete, be physical, be ready for them to climb our backs a little bit, just hang on to the ball, and make sure that we, again, win the rebounding battle on both ends of the floor. The other one's a turnover battle. I talked to Coach Honeycutt just a couple of days ago about, you know, some of the things that he felt like was key to the game. And I think he'd say this if he was sitting here, that, you know, turnovers, especially with our style of play and youth this season, it's kind of been our Achilles heel at times. But, you know, in a tournament game, it's not just turnovers, but it's timely turnovers. You know, a lot of times you can turn the ball over, you can make up for a lot of mistakes. Both teams are going to turn the ball over, but, you know, when it gets inside 4 minutes and if it's a close game, you know, those costly mistakes like turnovers and giving up rebounds, when it counts, are going to matter. Those things magnify themselves in games like this. And, you know, the third one is this, man. It's gut check time. You know, that's why you love tournament basketball. That's why we got, you know, a bunch of people here at the gym tonight, because people love to see tournament basketball. You mentioned everybody's record a little while ago. You think about how balanced this conference has been throughout the season, but you can just kick all that out right now, and you can kick it out tonight. Everybody's starting over 0-0. And the beauty of high school basketball is that everybody's playing for something tonight, and over the next 3 to 4 weeks, as it gets down its way down to Murfreesboro, and tonight's the beginning of a journey for somebody, for several teams, and why couldn't it be us? So they just go out and lay it on the line and play like it's your last game, because it could be.
Tennessee High 25-6, Unicoi County 23-7, Sullivan East at 13-15, Volunteer at 19-10, and the Cyclones at 9-16. So 2 teams over 20. And Volunteer 19-10 has been a really good year for this conference. But it doesn't matter now. It's down to 4 quarters of basketball. Can you do what it takes to score 1 more point than the opposition? It's real simple. So we get ready for this one. Thank you for being with us again. Scoring-wise for the Cyclones, Nate Stevens, Andrew Barnett, and Jackson Hobbs are averaging 8 points a game against Volunteer. Mac Paulson averaging 9. Will Churchill averaging 7. Dalton Mitchell only averaging 5 points a game. It is a huge stat in this basketball game. Dalton Mitchell's got to give us more than 5 points. It's just that simple. If we have any chance at all to win this game, Dalton Mitchell's got to step up and give us more than 5 a game, and I think he will. Luke Whaley coming off the bench averaging 3. So nobody in double digits for the Cyclones. Again, for Volunteer, you missed it earlier. In the 2 meetings, Head averaging 18, Harrison averaging 17, Canitto averaging 16, and Christian averaging 14. One of the problems, the Achilles heel the first time, Dr. J, was they got a lot of fast breaks on us. They got back down pretty quickly, and we got to make sure it doesn't happen tonight.
Yeah, we got talked about that rebounding battle. That's not just defensive rebound, that's offensive rebound. You keep people from doing that by converting on baskets. But like in any high school game, you're going to have times when another team's going to make a run. You're going to have a cold streak. Maybe you're not going to be able to knock down those easy shots or those deep threes that have those long rebounds. They do leak out. They send guys going. They like to try to get those easy buckets going down the court. So that's where we got to compete for those loose balls. That turnover and rebounding battle, we're going to keep a close eye on that, and I'll keep some numbers on that early on, just make sure that I really believe that if we hang in there and keep that even, we're going to look up. It's going to be a ball game in the fourth quarter.
32 minutes to somebody's season. We'll get it started the right way with a prayer and the national anthem here at Elizabeth High School, John Treadway Gymnasium. Let's pick up public address announcer, the voice of the Cyclones, Jason Holly.
Starting lineups for tonight's game. First for the Volunteer Falcons.
Let's go first.
At guard, a senior, number 2, Braden Minton. At guard, a senior, number 5,
Jolton Harrison averaging 17, one of the seniors. Number 10, Andrew Canitto, averaging 16 against us. Blake Hitt averaging 18 against us. And Kason Christian, a senior, averaging 14 against us. Zach Roberts, head coach for the Volunteer Falcons. And tomorrow, 3 o'clock, Dr. J now hit it at 2:45 tomorrow for the Lady Cyclones and the Lady Patrons of Solomon East in the semifinals. Andrew Barnett starts it tonight. Barnett averaging 8 points a game, only a 10th grader. Dalton Mitchell get it started tonight. Mitchell averaging 5. Will Churchill, the junior, averaging 7 a game against the Falcons. Mac Paulson averaging 9 against the Falcons. And rounding things out, Jackson Hobbs, who may be the key to this whole thing, averaging 8 points a game. Jackson Hobbs cannot, may emphasize again, Dr. J, he cannot get into foul trouble, cannot.
Yeah, amen to that. His length is a big key for this team. Obviously, Paulson's got some hops, and he's got some length to him too, but those two guys play in the 4 and 5 spot. We match up with him really well, as you can see right now, but you're right, if he has to go out of the game, it makes it tough on us.
Here we go. 32 minutes to somebody's season. Here it is up top, Dalton Mitchell. He'll work it up top. He'll bounce it on the honey maple parquet here at John Treadway, home of the district and the regional. Hobbs up top against the Volunteer man for man. Right side, Churchill. Churchill backs it back out. Working against the lumberjack, Casey Christian, the bearded one. Left side in the corner, Hobbs. Hobbs looking inside. Nothing. Up top coming off the screen. That's stolen away, Knittle. Knittle driving. Andrew drives, puts up the runner, left it short. Good defense by Churchill. Picked up loose ball. Out of there with will be Harrison. Harrison with the basketball. Harrison will kick it back up to Knittle and will set the play. No score, just got started. Up top, he'll go there to Braden Minton. Minton will give it off to Harrison. Harrison wants to jump. Jack at three, goes down the paint, throws up a runner, got it. Harrison's got his first bucket, 2-0 Volunteer. Mitchell down the floor quickly to Hobbs. Hobbs, foul line, jump shot, Hobbs, bank shot, good. Jackson Hobbs ties it at 2. Little 12-foot bank shot in the paint. Basketball up top, Minton. Minton with it for the Volunteer Falcons. Minton fakes left, goes right down to the corner. Head fake to Knittle. Knittle can't get the shot. Step knocked out of bounds. Cyclone basketball. Good post up or man up defense rather by Will Churchill. Knocked it ball out of bounds and we get it on the turnover. 2-2 tie, 6:45 to go in the opening stanza. Thank you for being with us wherever you may be. Across the Lake Rushmore ball would say across the fruited plain. Right side Hobbs. Hobbs inside the arc. Hobbs and a man. Hobbs with that left-hand dribble. Underhand scoop shot to Nate Stevens. Nate puts it up. Good.
Good finish.
Nate Stevens, our first lead of the ball game at 4-2 here. Volunteer again winning by 23-10 in the regular season. Means nothing now. Minton with it up top. Minton with the basketball. Braden Minton sliding against Nate's defense down the paint. Puts up a little floater. Got it. Braden Minton, rangy youngster. With that left-handed runner down the paint. Ties it at 4. First quarter. Down to the right corner, Paulson shot, bounces around, not there. He'll draw the foul. Penetration, Dr. J on the right baseline. Nice job of Mike Paulson.
Yeah, good job getting it in quick there, you know, off that bucket. Minton found an easy way to get to the rim right there. We got it in quick, one pass up the court, neutralize that. Paulson taking it to the rim hard, going up, getting a chance to go to the line right here. Another important thing, making these free throws. Got to knock these down early. Got to make sure we stay within the reach and within the shooting distance.
We shot 7 and made 5 down there. Here we were 8 for 14, so do the math. We were 13 for 21 from the stripe in the 2 ball games. Paulson first shot missed. Mike gets the second shot, missed that one too. Out of there with it will be the Volunteer Falcons, tied at 4, 5:57 to go first quarter. Minton walked with it, got by with it.
Yeah.
Step back, no shot, good defense, Churchill. Up top to Knittle. Knittle working against Dalton's man for man. Fakes left, goes right, cut off by Dalton, kicks it back up top. Christian head fake. Christian will go to Minton. Minton will let one fly, left it short, over the rim. Who's got it? Cyclones. Paulson up before Mitchell. Mitchell into the front court. Dalton shot, left it short, rebound down low. Nate stick back. Good. Nate Stevens on the stick back, and we've taken a 6-4 lead. Quickly on this side ahead. Head's first shot of the ball game. Got it. You get him going, it's going to be trouble. He's averaging 18 against us. Mitchell pushes up the floor, 7-6 us. Or 7-6 them rather. Paulson puts it up the left hand, not there. Rebound, Casey Christian. Christian will kick it out to Harrison. Harrison up the floor for Volunteer. Harrison down the paint. Harrison puts up a runner, not there, and a loose ball and a foul on the runner. Looks like it's going to be on the Cyclones. It is. Harrison got down deep in the lane on the dribble drive and draws the foul on Will Churchill. His first team foul, number 1 of the ball game. And Jolton Harrison, long and lanky lad, will be shooting a 2-shot opportunity here for Volunteer. They lead 7-6. Makes the first one 8-6 Volunteer.
Whistle seemed a little late.
Yep.
Thought it was a good defensive play. I still think it was, but nonetheless.
4 points for Harrison. 3-point lead Volunteer. 5:03 to go in the period. Into the front court. Back Paulson. Hello, Sheriff Fraley. Another kind comment, sir. Thank you. Up top with it, Mitchell. Right wing jump shot. Dalton left it short. Falling out of bounds. Churchill saves it to Minton. Minton down the floor to Knittle. Knittle driving. Knittle puts it up and nearly missed that little bunny, but he got it for Knittle. And Andrew Knittle's got his first 2, and it's a 11-6 ball game. Hobbs on the floater. Good. Jackson Hobbs on the runner. Left baseline from 8 feet out on a floater on the baseline. 11-8, Volunteer, 4:30 to go in the period. Lady Cyclones tomorrow, 2:45 against East. Be here. Minton driving, good cut off by Nate Stevens on the defense. In the corner to Harrison. Harrison runs the baseline. Harrison puts up the floater, got it. And Jolton Harrison. Harrison's got 6. He averages 17 against us. They've opened up a 5-point lead at 13-8 here. Paulson with the basketball. Paulson goes up top, Mitchell. Dalton driving. Dalton puts up the shot and a foul, and he got hammered pretty good. Pretty good bump foul there by a head, I believe. Let's see what they call. Should be on number 24, I think. Nope, Jolton Harrison, his first team foul, number 2. Free throws for Dalton Mitchell.
Tone of the game by the Stripes so far is physical, so they're going to let some things go tonight. Whether or not that plays to our advantage or not, we'll see that. But there's been a lot of bumps, a lot of stuff on the ball, a lot of stuff away from the ball and around the rim. They're going to kind of let go, so we'll see how that works out.
One shot in for Dalton Mitchell, his first point of the ball game. He's averaging 5 against Volunteer. Got to have more than that. He's got 1. One more shot for Dalton, and it's up, and it's not there. Rebound, Case and Christian. 13-9 Volunteer. 3:58 to go in the opening stanza here. Tomorrow, a quadruple header here. Got to be here starting at 3 o'clock with our game. 3, 4:30, 6, and 7:30. If we win, we'll be back at it with the boys at 4:30. Shot Harrison out of the corner, got it. Jolton Harrison, a 3-ball, and he is shot him out of the gate with a 16-9 lead here. Right side, Churchill, good for a double C3. Churchill answers that one, cuts it to 4 at 16-12. Clock, 3:28 first quarter. Harrison right-handed dribble into the front court. Jolton Harrison running the point now. Cyclones will go into a 1-2-2 with Hobbs up top. Now drops back into a 2-3, kind of a 1-2-2. Big wingspan of Hobbs up there at the point, top of the key.
I like it.
I do too. And it's frustrating them. You can tell a little bit. They weren't ready for this. We'll jump out. So Jolton Harrison. Harrison will go up top to head right side to Knittel. Knittel back inside, kicks it down to the corner. Shot taken by Ed. Left it short, rebound Nate. Nate's got it up the floor, and Stevens looking, weaving through traffic. Stevens will leave it to Dalton. Ball knocked loose, thrown away Head. Head driving. Head will put up the shot, not there, and a foul, I believe, on Nate Stevens, I think. Let's see. Side official makes the call to be on number 3. Yep, Nate Stevens. Smart play, Doc. He had to foul him as an easy layup. Going to make him earn the free throw line.
Yeah, good job by Nate hustling back right there, taking responsibility for that turnover a little bit. You know, he could have let that basket go, but he hustled back there and, you know, had a little bit of accountability there, put him on the line to make him earn it. You got 5 to use, might as well use 1 there, but good defensive possession right there by the Cyclones. Obviously throwing a little bit of a different loop at them there and, you know, forced them to take an uncomfortable shot. We boxed out, got the rebound. Situations like that, we got to make sure we capitalize.
Head missed the first one, got the second one. He's got 4 points. 17-12, Volunteer. Matching their biggest lead at 5. Clock, first quarter at the 2:47 mark. Hello to Jonathan and Kim Morton. Maddox had a birthday this week. Happy birthday belated to Maddox Morton. She's a pretty good soccer player for us. She's going to be up here at the high school. Churchill driving, Will down low, feeds it to Stevens, thrown away. Harrison got the pocket picking, down low, loose ball, and diving for Churchill, diving for Nate Stevens. They ran into each other. Yep. And Churchill, get up, Will. Whew. He took a hard pop.
Yep.
And they'll put in Luke Whaley into the ball game for Churchill. Churchill a little woozy. Will may think he's in Roanoke right now. He got a little woozy right there, but possession Volunteer, lead Falcons. Clock, 2:27 to go in the period. Up top, right-handed dribble, Minton. High post, Harrison. Right elbow. Knittel, foul line jump shot, not there. Rebound Nate. Stevens to Luke Whaley. Luke will push it. The Lukester into the front court. Top of the key. Luke looking. Penetration right side. Whaley around a double screen. Foul line, left elbow, penetration, head fake. Looks for help to Hobbs. Hobbs comes down the paint. Good! Good feed, Whaley. Hobbs finishing off. Jackson's got 6. And it's 17-14 Volunteer. Clock, 1:55 to go in the period.
Let's get a stop right here.
Minton with the basketball, right side of the floor. Nate sliding with him in the man for man. Around the screen. Stays right with him. Nate fights through it. He'll go up top to Christian. Christian goes left side to Harrison. Harrison around the screen. Whaley fights through it. Harrison for a 3. Left it short. Good defense by Whaley. Rebound Hobbs. He'll give it off to Mitchell. Dalton up the floor. Dalton into the front court. Leaves it to Hobbs. Hobbs with the basketball. Hobbs driving. Puts up the floater. Not there. Rebounded by Minton. Minton with the basketball. Minton will push it up the floor. Minton, foul line, jump shot with the lefty, got it. Braden Minton's got 4. 19-14, Volunteer first quarter. Right side, Whaley. Whaley with the basketball to Hobbs. Hobbs will leave it to Mitchell. Dalton with 1 point in the game. Dalton around the screen. Dalton for a double C3, in and out. Rebound, Whaley went up there to get it. Whaley, fall away jumper, not there. Rebound, Knittel. Knittel will push it. Canetto will go down the floor and dump it to Christian, and a foul on the floor, and it's a smart play by Luke Whaley to foul him where he got the shot on the dribble drive penetration. It's going to be on Whaley, his first, team foul number 3, quarter, 19-14, 57 seconds to go in the period. Hello to Jimmy Buck. Thank you, sir, watching. Christian out. In comes, let's see, in number 21 now. That would be Tucker McLean checking in for Volunteer. Baseline left, Minton to McLean. McLean puts it on the floor, knocked loose, picked up by Minton. Minton will kick it out in the corner to Head. Head palmed the basketball, back behind the back pass. Should be a 3-second call. Good call. It's exactly what it is. Too much time in the paint for Volunteer. Turnover. Cyclones get the basketball down 5. 49 seconds to go in the period. We'll do a 60-second break at the end of the period. Whaley, Mitchell, Paulson, Hobbs, and Barnett on the floor for the Cyclones. Down 5. Clock, 41 seconds in the period. Up top, Paulson. Paulson goes to Barnett. Barnett goes up top to Mitchell between the rings. Ball on his left hip. He'll kick it up top to Hobbs. Run a little weave up top. 28 seconds to go in the period. To Whaley. Whaley looking inside. Luke, we're being patient against the man-for-man. To Paulson, left side to Hobbs. Hobbs across the paint. Goes airborne, the ball thrown away. Canetto falls down, sliding with the basketball. He'll give it to Head. Head driving. Head sidesteps 3, puts it up and in. Nice move by Blake Head. 21-14, 7 seconds to play in the quarter. Dalton driving, kicks in the corner to Whaley for a double C3. Not there. Rebound. Minton, and that's the first.
FFA makes a positive difference in the lives of students by developing their potential for premier leadership, personal growth, and career success through agricultural education. It's more than learning about cows. It's becoming the problem solvers for the next generation. We are the future biologists, chemists, computer programmers, journalists, teachers, electricians who will feed our future. By creating a family atmosphere, the Agriculture Department, especially FFA, can become your home away from home. Through contests, leadership events, fun trips, and chapter activities, FFA is a great way to learn about the world while developing yourself into the best person you can be. We invite you to enroll in an ag-based course and be active in Elizabethton FFA. We'll save you a seat. Elizabethton.
Quarter, we trail 21-14. Yours truly, Tom Taylor. Mike side, courtside, Dr. John Minton, our outstanding principal. He is a student's principal. He is in the hallways. He's saying hello to people. He's not in behind the desk. He's out roving around. Very hands-on principal. We love him for that. All right, second quarter. 7:58 to go. We trail by 7. Barnett, Mitchell, Whaley, Churchill, and Paulson, the 5 on the floor. Shot taken out of the corner. Got it by Head. Head's got 9, and they've jumped out to a 24-14 lead, up by 10 here in the first half. Whaley will give it to Mitchell. Mitchell with the fist. Run this play for the Cyclones. It's the volunteer man. Winner gets Tennessee High tomorrow at 4:30. Loser is eliminated from postseason play. Paulson up top to Mitchell. Mitchell down low to Churchill. Churchill in the corner to Whaley. Whaley for a 3. Not there. Rebound, Case and Christian. Christian with the basketball. Christian will give it to Canetto. Canetto will give it to Minton. Coming up at halftime, we'll talk to Lucas Andrews, our girls coach. Lady Cyclones, 4th in the state. Ready to rock and roll tomorrow against Sullivan East at 3 o'clock. We'll hit it at 2:45 on the pregame. Minton with it up top. Minton around that Case and Christian screen down the paint. Luke Whaley fights through the screen back to Christian. Christian down the paint. That should be a charge. It is. Christian mowed over Mac Paulson, and Case and Christian gets his second personal. I call him the lumberjack, the big bearded guy. I like it. Got some kind of curly bouncing hair, the big old beard on him. Looks like he's ready to go out there and take a double-edged axe and chop down some trees.
He might.
Yeah, he's a big one.
If he gets his 3rd foul, we'll let him do it this quarter.
That's it.
Nah, I don't want that. Don't wish that on anybody. But good to see Max stepping in there and taking a charge and being tough right there and forcing a turnover.
Mitchell for a 3. Got it.
There we go.
Get it going, Dalton Mitchell. A double C3. Cuts the lead down to 7. First half here, 24-17. Basketball, Minton with it up top. Minton in between the circles, dribbling east to west here. Minton with the basketball. Working against Nate Stevens. Man-for-man fight through the screen. Hobbs back on the floor for the Cyclones. Mitchell guarding Knittel. Fakes left, goes right. Dalton cuts him off. Ball knocked loose. Knittel throws one up and a foul on Dalton Mitchell.
Yeah, Knittel and Minton, 2 and 10, are both left-handed. And so you can tell the game plan, they're about just watching Dalton, forcing him right, and then Nate forcing Minton to the right side. It makes them a little bit uncomfortable. Each time they've had to do that, they're both very skilled players, but not used to going to the right so much. So almost turned it over there. Minton almost turned it over on the last possession with us doing the same thing. So just doing a few little things, try to get them out of rhythm and out of sorts, but almost had it right there, but unfortunately put them on the line.
Knittel makes them both. So with a 26-17 first half lead here. Paulson with it up top. Back Paulson between the circles, goes to Barnett. Barnett guarded by Head, man for man. Barnett picks up the dribble, goes right side to Nate. Stevens looking inside, goes up top instead to Paulson. Paulson down the paint. Paulson puts up the shot. Nice move. Back Paulson strong. That's his first 2 on the dribble drive. Left of the block. 26-19. We've cut it to 7. 5:45 till halftime. Minton will walk into the front court. Braden Minton, guarded by Nate Stevens. Screen set by McLean. Nate fights through that screen. Talking about Hobbs. Puts up Knittel. Blocked from behind. Nice job of Mac Paulson on the block. Down the right side to Nate. Nate on the fast break, feeds it down low to Hobbs. Hobbs lost the handle, go back the other way. And Minton will come up the floor to reach, and a hook and a foul on the Cyclones. Foul's going to be on 15. That's Dalton Mitchell. It's his second. Team foul number 5 and possession now for Volunteer, up 7 with 5:27 to go in the first half here. 5:23 to play. Minton with it up top. Minton goes right side to Knittel. 3 o'clock tomorrow. Be here. We'll go on air at 2:45 with the broadcast. Knittel with it up top. Around a screen set by Head. Fighting through it. Mac Paulson. Knittel. Crossover dribble. Knittel down the paint. Double pump. Puts it up. Great defense. Paulson. Shot missed. Rebound Churchill. Up the floor to Dalton. Mitchell into the front court. Cyclones down here in the first half. Trailing to Paulson in the corner. To Barnett for a 3. Not there. Double C3. Rebound Hobbs. Hobbs is a knock loose. Pick up Dalton. Dalton to Paulson. Rimmed out. Rebound Nate. Puts it up. No, it's blocked. And Volunteer comes out of there with it. Had 3 shots on goal. Couldn't get it to go. Harrison with the basketball. Harrison double dribbled. He touched that ball with both hands right there at the top of the key, and he got by with it. Knittel with it up top. Knittel guarded by Nate Stevens. Cyclones down 7 first half here. Crossover dribble Knittel. Good cutoff defense by Nate. Would let him advance with the dribble drive. To Minton. Minton with it up top. Minton driving against Hobbs. He'll put up the shot. Not there. Blocked by Hobbs. Picked up by McLean. McLean up top to Knittel to reset the play. 4:19 to go to halftime. We're down 7 here. Minton with it up top. Minton will push it for the Volunteer Falcons around the screen. Hobbs fights through that screen. We've worked that on defense this week, though. Harrison step back 3, and Jolton Harrison's been the man so far. Harrison's got 11, averaging 17 against us. Puts us down by 10, 29-19. Second biggest lead of the ball game for Volunteer. Clock, 3:54 till halftime. Stevens up top. He'll go to Hobbs. Hobbs with the basketball. Hobbs will go to Barnett. Barnett looking for help. Barnett up top. He'll go there to Paulson. Down in the corner. Hobbs, double C3. Not there. Air ball. And a whistle and a foul. And I think there's going to be a loose ball foul underneath.
Minton pushed off right there on that block out.
Minton picks up the foul. Eagle-eyed John Minton saw that.
Baseline out of bounds right here. Important. I think this is the first one we've had so far. Let's see what we can get right here.
4th team foul. Possession baseline right Mitchell. We need a bucket. We're down 10 first half here. Inside to Hobbs. Hobbs nearly lost it. That big wingspan got it back. Stevens, foul line runner, not there. Down low Harrison, off his hand, off Barnett's hand, off Paulson's hand. Falcon basketball. 29-19 Volunteer. 3:32 to go in the half. Pretty good crowd here. There'll be a big crowd here tomorrow. It's a quadruple hitter. 3, 4:36, and 7:30. Minton with it up top. Minton getting bumped by Nate Stevens. Bounce up top to Harrison. Harrison with the basketball. Flick loose by Dalton. Harrison. Jolton Harrison goes around that screen set by McLean. Harrison down the paint. Puts up the floater. Good. Jolton Harrison's got 13. He's averaging 17 against us, but having a big first half. 31-19 Volunteer. Clock at 3 minutes to go to the break. Great camera work, guys. I'm telling you, we are the best. Runner Stevens blocked. Minton blocked it, and out of there with it Harrison. Their biggest lead's at 12 now, 31-19. We'll talk to Lucas Andrews at halftime. We'll take on Sullivan East tomorrow. They won earlier tonight by 8 over Volunteer. Volunteer had them, just couldn't. They had some cold shooting tonight. Fouls on Barnett on the reach. Andrews first. So East will play the Lady Cyclones tomorrow. Fouls on Barnett, his first team foul, number 6. And possession for Volunteer Jolton Harrison. Inbounding it to Braden Minton. Cyclones down 31-19, 2:32 to the break here. At John Treadway Gymnasium. Man, this place is spiffy. Put some paint up, put that new Elizabeth Cyclone up behind the one basket on the when you come into the gym. And so Volunteer content letting the clock trickle down here at the 2:08 mark to go in the half. Will pull us out of that zone. And that's exactly what we match him up with, man. And here we go. Barnett will take on Harrison. Knittel down, left the block shot, not there. Rebound way up there. Paulson outlets the pass to Dalton Mitchell. Now the left side of the floor, Mitchell for a double C3. Got it! Dalton Mitchell. Get on fire, Dalton. He's got 7. Back-to-back threes. Cuts it to 9.
Calling a timeout. Nobody heard him.
31-22. 1:40 to go to halftime. Up top, Knittel. Knittel with the basketball. We've cut up to 9. Churchill getting ready to come in. He has played a good first half here. Minton down low to McLean. McLean, head fake, goes up and under shot. Not there, rebound. Dalton's got it. Dalton picked up by Barnett. Barnett up the floor to Dalton. Mitchell down the floor. Mitchell, he'll go to Barnett. Barnett for a 3. He's fouled in the act of a 3. Yes, he will. He'll shoot 3. Barnett got the love shove down the floor by Andrew Knittel. He stumbled, Knittel did, in his defense. And ran into Barnett, and Barnett will shoot 3. At the 1:17 mark in the half, we're down 9. Andrew Barnett will shoot a 3-shot opportunity. First shot is up and good. Barnett, averaging 8 against the Falcons, gets his first point of the ball game. We've cut it to 8. 1:17 to halftime. Barnett, 1 more shot. 2 more shots, rather. Andrew, the 10th grader. Big future ahead of this guy, Dr. J.
Yeah, he is a solid player. You know, young, a lot of youth this year. Just coming off, he came off the bench. He's got some starts. You know, just kind of been in the mix here and there. But heady kid, very shifty, good balance, got a good stroke, and hopefully he can knock his third one down right here. And well, I jinxed it. But good enough. Good job right there by Andrew.
Mint, Harrison, Head, McLean, and Knittel on the floor for Volunteer.
Let's get another stop right here.
Cyclones counter with Barnett, Mitchell, Churchill, Hobbs, and Stevens. We're down 7 with a minute to go to halftime. Knittel for a 3. Got it. Andrew Knittel. Knittel's got 7. They're back out by 10 with 50 seconds to halftime. Mitchell bounces right side to Barnett. Barnett around a Hobbs screen. Goes up top to Nate. Nate's been quiet. Stevens with 4 points in the game. To Mitchell. Dalton's got 7. Up top to Hobbs. Hobbs has got 6. Right side Churchill. Churchill double team down low and a kick by Harrison will keep the basketball at the 34-second mark. We're down 10.
That's a good roll right there by Jackson. Good, almost a good pass. It was a good attempt there by Will, just trying to slip that screen right there and get to the rim. Another baseline out of bounds right here. Let's get a bucket. 34 seconds to go.
Baseline right, Mitchell. Way up top to Hobbs. Hobbs between the circles, goes left side to Barnett. Inside to Nate. Nate, bounce pass backdoor, puts up the shot, not there by Churchill, and rebounding it, McLean and Minton, and last touch by the Cyclones. 34-24. Hello, Pete Taylor. How you doing, sir? Watching. 24 seconds to go to the half. We're down 10. Minton with it up top, picked up 3/4 court. Penetration, Minton down the floor. It goes left side up and in by Tucker McLean. Deep penetration by Minton to dump it to McLean. We're down 12 with 10 seconds to play in the half. 36-24. Up top, Mitchell. Dalton trying to get a double C3. Inside to Churchill. Rimmed out. Got his own rebound, put it up, count it. Does it count? It does. Will Churchill's basket counts. Keeps it to 10 at halftime. We'll take a 2-minute break. At halftime, Cyclones trail 36-26. Lucas Andrews to join us.
So we're at Bruntman Sports Shop in Elizabeth, and Lori Wilson, the owner, and one of the hot items going into the holidays are varsity jackets or Letterman jackets. Tell us about it.
Well, Tom, we do varsity jackets for all our local schools. These are Holloway jackets, and the body is 24-ounce wool, and then most of the jackets we will get leather sleeves on them. We can also do the wool sleeves. But like I said, they're Holloways, so they're high-quality jackets. We can do any color for any school. We will put your school letter on the front, your name. See, this one has a name. We also have a local lady here that makes the patches. So the turnaround time is really pretty short for a custom jacket. The other thing we will do is if you play a sport, we will put a ball patch with your number in it, your varsity years that you played. We can do inserts, like we do across for FCA. We can do ball inserts if you play basketball or football or whatever. We also have band jackets. So here we have a band letter for this young lady. And one other thing we do are like custom patches, embroidered patches. So she plays mellophone and French horn, so she requested that. So we put that on her jacket. If you're all conference, if your team won the conference, we can do that. Let's see, on the back of the jackets, we can do either the, like the nickname for your school. So this is Betsy Band. We also have Vikings for Tennessee High, Pioneers for Crockett, Greenville for the Greenville jacket. Another option for the back of the jacket is we can do your name and number.
Awesome.
Yeah, so, and then also we have position patches. So C for center, or we had one earlier that someone picked up, point guard, so that was PG and SG. But we do all local schools. Like I said, they're Holloways, so they're good quality jackets, and we sell a lot of them. And the kids love these jackets. They love to show off their accomplishments, their team's accomplishments, and represent their school.
Tell us how we can get a hold of you.
Okay, our phone number is 423-542-2321. We also have a Facebook page, Brummett Sports Shop, so you can message me there. You can message me on my personal Facebook page, Lori Wilson, or you can email at brummittstn, that's BRUMITSTN @charter.net.
Well, 36-26. Let's give you the numbers. Elizabethton 7 field goals, 3 for 7 from the stripe, and 3 threes for 26 points. Halftime, Dalton Mitchell 7, Jackson Hobbs 6, Will Churchill 5, 4 for Nate Stevens, and 2 each by Andrew Barnett and Mac Paulson. Volunteered to break 8 field goals, 5 for 6 from the stripe, and 5 three-pointers. Jolton Harrison leading everybody with 13, 9 for Blake Head, 7 for Andrew Knittle, 4 for Braden Minton, and 2 at halftime for Tucker McLean. We're joined by our head coach of the Lady Cyclones, 4th-ranked team in the state, Lucas Andrews, and the Lady Cyclones. Watched that first game. What's your take on the Sullivan East and Volunteer game tonight?
I thought both teams really played like it could be their last one. I thought they both played very well. Once they settled in, midway through the first quarter, both teams were, hitting on all cylinders. I felt like East has played very well for the past 2 weeks. They've beat some really good teams, and they probably all started with beating Unicoi at East, and then they beat Crockett, and then they beat a really good North Green team, and they're rolling, and then they beat a really good Volunteer team. It's got a lot of got a lot of pieces. Jenna Harris. She's going to do her thing, but they've had several players step up in the last 2 weeks. That's really playing really good minutes for them.
So, in the regular season, we obviously by winning the conference undefeated, we swept them both games. So, what was the success? How did we beat them both times, both there and here?
We struggled with them there, but East is a hard place to play. Here, it's back and forth at the first, and then, we felt like we kind of, hit some stride in the second half, but both games were on the defensive end, just hitting our marks. You gotta, when you're playing East, as good as Jenna is, and as good as what people are playing around them, and they're starting to make some shots outside, the biggest thing that they're doing right now is they are getting a ton of offensive rebounds. I mean, they're selling out to go get those boards, and when you're playing a team like that, you've got to know your assignment on defense. You've got to know your guard. If you get switched up on somebody, you got to know what they do, and that was our success, key to success both times. But they're playing a lot better than what they were when we played them. So it's going to be a tough matchup.
Are we clicking?
We're almost there.
Almost there.
This has been a great week of practice. I'm extremely proud of our kids. We've been locked in. You want to get that #1 seed because that's what you want, but then when you get that number 1 seed, you got to go a whole week and prepare for 2 teams, and you figure it out. And I thought our kids have they've done a fantastic job this week of understanding what we've got to do and clean up some mistakes, and just watch film on everybody and us, and I'm just extremely proud of how our kids prepared this week.
The pressure's on us. We're 23-4. We went to the state tournament last year, but I don't think we act like we got any pressure on us. We're just going to go out and play Lady Cyclone basketball. Everybody says, well, the pressure's on Elizabeth, and they're 4th in the state. They're coming back from state tournament appearance and blah, 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 but we're just out there playing Cyclone basketball.
Just got to go play. You got to go play. You got to block everything on the outside of these four lines, and you just got to go play.
That's it. We'll be back here Monday, too. The 3rd place your championship, and the regional starts when? Next Friday night?
Yep, next Friday night. If we win tomorrow, that game will be at home. So that's how important tomorrow is. You get a chance for district championship, but you also get a chance to host that first regional game.
At our place.
At our place.
Right here, John Dreadway.
Yep.
See you tomorrow. Still get him.
Yep.
Go
Thanks,
Cyclone.
Tom. Go
You
Cyclone.
got him. Love the guy. Lucas Andrews. Love what he's done to this program. So, want to get one more in here. Want to pay tribute to this gentleman right here. If you can get the camera down on us or not, I'd like to have him on the camera. That way you all can see Bradley Cannon. Hello, Bradley Cannon. How you doing, sir?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Bradley Cannon signed scholarship papers to play at UVA Wise coming up again. Did that on Thursday. So a lot of folks came after you. We understand that. What made you choose UVA Wise?
Well, I went on an official visit, a few weeks ago on a Saturday, and I got to meet the coaching staff. I got to meet the players, toured the campus, and I just fell in love with it. I felt like it was the place for me, and I told the head coach that, and we made it work.
Made it work. So it'll be a Cavalier. Get a chance to go watch him play. Go and join some other guys in the college ranks playing football all over the area, because the Cyclones put them not only do well here, we send them on to the college ranks. What are you going to major in?
I'm still undecided right now, but I'm looking at computer engineering or something in the science field.
Your faith. Talk about your faith a little bit real quick. I know that played a big part of your decision where you're going to go, right?
Yes, sir. I talk to God every night, and he just led me to the decision I had to make, and it just clicked. It clicked, and I'll give all the glory to him.
Amen, brother.
He's leading me in the right direction.
You got that right. You can't go wrong. Put your fingers in the belt loop to the Lord Jesus. You cannot go wrong. Big memories for you before I let you go. Big memories of playing Cyclone football, a game, a particular game, particular play. What's always going to stand out for Bradley Cannon playing for the Cyclone?
Well, I can't say a specific play, but probably that second state championship that I was able to be a part of, being able to play with those great guys like Parker and Deuce, and then getting be able to play with Trenton, Caleb, Johnson, Grayson, and then, yes sir, and then playing with people in my class like Nate, Cade, and Dalton. That was just a really special team. We were able to do special things that year. We overcame a lot, especially in that playoff game against Greenville. It was a very tough one. But probably that state championship game was probably my favorite.
This guy's going to make us proud anywhere he goes. Once a Cyclone, always a Cyclone. Tradition never graduates. So you'll go into UVA Wise, you wear their colors, but you always have an orange and black stamped on your heart, won't you?
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Proud of you, son.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Bradley Cannon. Want to play football, UVA Wise. He signed the scholarship papers, and so we're ready to go. Again, thank you guys for the camera work down here. It is awesome. 3 cameras. Got Jackson Clavier 1-on-1, running one down here behind the basket, one up in the corner, and one across the way. So we got 3 cameras, as we always do. Can't thank them enough. Again, Courtney. All right, let's see here. Thank you, Bradley Cannon. Sandy Bradley says, we love you, Bradley. You know Sandy Bradley?
Come on.
There you go. Well, of course, she loves him. Mama loves him. There you go.
Yes, sir.
All right, sir. Thank you.
All right, well, thank you.
Yes, sir. Good man right there. Bradley Cannon. Good job. Make us proud, folks. I can tell you that. So let's get back to our cameras, get back to this ball game. Thank you again to Coach Andrews and also to Bradley Cannon. Love that kid. He is such a gentleman. It's always yes, sir, no, sir. Miss Sandy, you've done well. I can tell you that. So he's been raised proper, as they say back home in the hills of West Virginia. He's been raised proper. He is a very, very cordial young man, mannerly. And we appreciate Bradley Canning wanting to play football UVA-wise. All right.
Bradley had on a red Cavaliers
He did.
sweater the other night. Well, it wasn't a sweater, it was a sweatshirt.
Yeah.
And it takes me a little getting used to, but he'll look good in that. You know what I mean? It's just kind of odd seeing sometimes your kids, you know, the first time they're not in orange and black. You know, it's kind of like, but yeah, he looks good. We're proud of him. He's going to go on and do big things. He's a good kid.
Big possession here to start this ball game. The second half, and Head on the reach. Blake Head picks up his first team foul number 1. We're down 10 here at the break. And so this first couple of minutes are huge for our basketball team. We get a reaching foul on the Head. Baseline left, Mitchell. Up top to Churchill. Touch pass inside to Hobbs. Shot not there. Rebound, Minton. Minton with the basketball. I'm not sure he did double dribble there again. Looks like he had both hands on the left side of the floor. Goes to Head. Head across the paint, puts up the floater. Blocked by Hobbs. Down low. I will say this, they're letting them play here.
Yes.
They are beating and banging, and normally the ticky-tack fouls that you would see at other times in the regular season. They are letting them play, so thank you, officials, for doing that. Mitchell with it up top. We're down 10 in the third quarter to 7:31 mark. Up top, Hobbs. Our baseball coverage starts March 13th, folks, and softball. Down the paint. Back up top to Nate. We're not done with basketball. Tomorrow, 3 o'clock, 2:45. Place ought to be rocking if you're a Cyclone fan. Up top, McClain and Paulson in the corner to Hobbs for a 3, left it short. And down the floor and a reach and a foul on the Cyclones. It's going to be on 22. That would be Mac Paulson, his first. Team foul number 1. So possession for the Volunteer Falcons. They have Minton, Head, Harrison, Knittel, and Christian on the floor. Knittel with it up top. Cyclones down 10, third quarter, 7-minute mark. Yours truly, Tom Taylor, Mike side, court side, Dr. John Minton, our great Elizabethan principal, down low to Christian, open. Pretty an easy look on that one. He's got his first 2 of the ball game. Down 12 here, matching their biggest lead. Up top, Dalton Mitchell, left side of the floor. Mitchell around a screen set by Paulson, falls down, still dribbles. He'll go up top to Hobbs. Hobbs will go to Churchill. Churchill back to Hobbs. Hobbs getting on block, big dogs. Paulson, 3-point shot, not there. Down low, battling for it, Harrison. And down low to Christian. Christian tries to slam, didn't get it, but he still muscled it up and in. And they jump out to their biggest lead at 40-26, third quarter. Mitchell with it up top, and now a timeout call for the Cyclones. Dr. J, break it down here. What we got to do to get this thing turned around? We're down 14 in the third quarter.
But, you know, coming into the third quarter there, into the first half anyway, you know, we went on a little 5-0 run right there, forced some tough shots, and got a chance to get down and score some buckets and cut it inside 10. Anytime you can go into the half with a lead at 10, you know, you feel pretty comfortable about your chances coming out. We just haven't been able to convert some baskets here early on a couple of possessions. And, you know, fortunate for them, I guess they've been able to. But, you know, we just got to make sure we got to get some stops. When you get in a situation like this where, you know, you're down several scores, the game's certainly not out of reach, but defense and rebounding become a premium. So the discussion right now is probably about making sure that we get some stops. We got to get down the court and get some easy baskets, so don't make it too hard on ourselves. We got a possession right here, so we got to execute something, try to get a bucket. A lot of time left, but you always got to execute and make sure we get some defensive stops.
Good crowd here tonight, folks. Yeah, honestly, on a Friday night. And I would venture to say tomorrow, parking will be a premium into this place. Yeah. 3 o'clock, 4:30, 6 o'clock, and 7:30, a quadruple header tomorrow. So come pay the 1 ticket and stay all day and utilize our concession stand, support our Boosters Club. Inbounding at Mitchell to Paulson. Paulson down the paint, knocked loose, picked up Head. Head down on the floor to Knittel. Knittel driving. Andrew will put up a leaner up against Nate Stevens, and counted on a muscle shot, goes in for the bucket. So Nate picks up the foul. Stevens will be his second foul. The basket will count by Knittel. Dr. J, tell them what they got out there in the hallway. We got a TV monitor set up for folks to, when they're in the concession stand line, to watch and hear. Is that correct?
Yeah. So just taking a live stream that the kids and Mr. Prophet are producing and trying to, you know, put it as many places as possible so people don't miss out on the action. They can take a break and go grab a little bit of popcorn or whatever else and keep in touch with what's going on.
Nate Stevens, a double C3 out of the corner. Cuts it to 13, 42-29 third quarter. Minton driving. Minton down the paint, kicks in the corner to head for a three, left it short. He'll go out of bounds, Cyclone basketball. Paulson, Mitchell, Hobbs, Stevens, and Barnett, the five for the orange and black here.
Can't do it all in one possession. It's got to be one at a time. Got to miss. Ball goes out of bounds. We got a possession right here. Let's execute, get another bucket, climb back in this thing slowly but surely.
42-29, 5:33 to go in the third. Thanks to our Cyclone cheerleaders here tonight. Shot taken, not there by Dalton on the double C3. Rebound Harrison. And also Tuffy's over there. And what's the other one called? Miss Tuffy?
Stormy.
Stormy, I'm sorry. Stormy and Tuffy are here. Our mascots along with the cheerleaders. Right side, Harrison. Harrison on the right elbow. Down low, ball knocked loose, goes out of bounds. It'll be volunteer basketball. McLean checking back in. They've only run 7. McLean's been the only guy off the bench tonight. So they've basically done this with a 7-man rotation. Canetto in the corner. Shot taken on the head fake, got it. Andrew Canetto's got 11. He's in double digits. Harrison's got 13. And they own a 15-point lead at 44-29 third quarter. Clock at 4:58 to play. Barnett, guarded by Minton, goes left side to Paulson. Paulson, head fake, puts it out, has it stripped out of his hand, picked up Harrison. Harrison will give it off to Minton. Minton with the basketball. Minton down the right side of the floor. Crossover dribble twice. Step back three for Minton, misses, down low. Out of there with the Canetto. Canetto puts up a floater, got it. Picked up the garbage and floats it in. He's got 13. Matching Harrison's point leadership. Right side, Paulson. Paulson to Stevens. Nate, 46-29 volunteer. Double C3, not there. Comes out hard on the carom, right back to Nate. Nate will try it again, not there. Rebound, McLean. On the right side of the floor to Christian, or off his hand, deflection, picked up Dalton Mitchell. Mitchell down the left side of the floor to Hobbs. Hobbs driving, Hobbs will go down to the corner to Barnett for a double C3, left it short. Rebound Harrison. Cold shooting Cyclones here in the second half. Harrison, foul line, floater, got it. Got a 12-footer, and Harrison tickles the twines. He's got 15, and they've jumped out to a 19-point lead here. 48-29, third quarter, volunteer. Mitchell, left side to Nate Stevens. He'll go up top to Barnett between the circles. He'll go to Hobbs. Hobbs looking for a cutter. Goes up top to Stevens. Stevens head fake, penetration, a floater, good. Nate Stevens, little runner. He's got 9 points in the ball game for Nate. Cuts it to 17, 48-31. Third quarter, Canetto with the basketball at the 3:26 mark. Canetto will give it off to Minton. Minton with the basketball. Minton around the screen. They fight through. They switch off and mismatch and down low to Christian, and they got lost in the mismatch, and he scores. Christian, he's got 6. 50-31. Down low to Hobbs. Hobbs puts it up and in. Jackson Hobbs got 8 and a timeout on the floor for the Cyclones. Full timeout. Clock at 3:02 to go in the third. We're down 50-33. Scoring for the Cyclones, Stevens with 9, Hobbs with 8, 7 for Mitchell, 5 for Churchill, and 2 for Barnett, and 2 for Paulson. Volunteers got 13, checked at 15 from Harrison and 13 from Canetto. So, Dr. J, it's real simple from my vantage point here. This ain't rocket science. They're making them when they shoot them, and we ain't. We got a cold shooting ball game. It's real simple.
Yeah, so total for the game so far right now, six turnovers of ours to 4 turnovers by Volunteer. A little bit of an outstanding statistic here. Volunteers scored 8 points off of turnovers. We've managed to score 3 off of their turnovers, and the offensive rebounding battle. We've picked up 3 offensive rebounds. I think we scored that 3 off of an offensive rebound. They've picked up 4, so none of those really stand out as big separators. So that really leaves one thing, and I mean, what you just said is that their open shots, possession for possession, are dropping and ours aren't. But we're obviously extending the court here defensively to put a little pressure on them. So if we can make a run right here, we got to be able to knock those baskets down.
Cyclones defend. Minton with it up top. Minton between the rings. Minton sliding. Luke Whaley with it. Minton driving, all left-handed, puts it up, and good. Use that left to his advantage, and a dribble drive and scores, and the foul's going to be on 44. That would be Justice Wallen, his first. Team foul number 2, and a chance for a Braden Minton 3-point play here. Volunteer leads at 52-33, 2:49 to go in the third. Minton shot, not there, rebounded Stevens. Stevens, Wallen, Barnett, Mitchell, and Whaley. Smaller lineup right now. Dalton down the paint. Dalton puts up the floater, not there. Rebounded Christian. Christian will give it off to Minton. Minton with the basketball. Minton right side of the floor, the right-hand dribble, dogged by Nate Stevens. Minton, they're sitting them high screens, and Minton down the paint. Backdoor look to Christian. Christian puts it up and in. Minton is the engine of this basketball team. He makes them go. Christian's got 8. We're down by 21 here. 54-33, third quarter. Cyclones trail. Stevens down low to Wallen, knocked loose Christian. Christian with the steal. Turnover bugs bit us tonight too. Basketball Minton. So Minton is the engine here in this basketball team. As he goes, they go. He directs traffic. Minton, right side of the floor with the left hand penetration. Minton will put it up with an underhand scoop shot. Got it. Braden Minton's got 8. 56-33. Volunteer third quarter clock at the 1:42 mark. Winner gets Tennessee High tomorrow at 4:30. They're the 5th ranked team in the state. And a ticket punch to the regional here next week on Saturday. Shot Barnett, bank shot on the 3. No. Wallen puts it up. Good. Nice shot by Justice Wallen, the freshman. What? 56-35. Clock at a minute 22, third quarter. Dr. John Minton, yours truly, bringing it to you. Court side, Mike side. Left side Harrison, back up top to Minton. Minton with the basketball to Knittel. In the corner to McLean. Back up top to Knittel. 1:09 to go in the period. Deep in the left corner, sails the pass to Harrison. Those big long arms, Harrison pulls it down for Volunteer. Harrison volunteered 19 and 10 on the season. 55 seconds to go in the third. Good job by Justice Wallen dogging him, the freshman. He'll go right side to Minton. Minton penetration, down low to McLean. Shot won't go, and a charge. Good call. Offensive player control foul on number 2. Minton picks up the foul, his second. Team foul, number 2.
Luke Whaley's always around the ball. You know, he's always around the ball, making scrappy plays. He's came in, picked up a couple offensive rebounds this game. Defensively, he's always solid at picking up the charge right there. Just a good job by Luke, just making his presence felt.
Mitchell, crossover dribble left side of the floor. Mitchell down to the corner, step back 3. Dalton partially blocked by Knittel. Pulled down Minton. 34 seconds to go in the third. We'll take a 60-second break at the end of the period. Cyclones down 21. Minton right side of the floor, guarded by Whaley. Whaley with the basket, or defending the basketball, down to 23 seconds to go in the third. Minton, we trailed at halftime by 10. Minton, penetration, Minton down low, backdoor McLean, blocked by Hobbs, out of the way to Whaley. Luke will weave through traffic, will get it up the floor to Nate. Nate looks down the floor, puts it up to Churchill up and in. Good ball movement, Churchill. He's got 7, and it goes 3 seconds in the period at the 56-37 mark. Goes out of bounds, get the ball back.
Yeah, that's to our advantage. I thought it'd be a side out right there. Looked like it got tipped, but we'll take this. 3.3 seconds. Let's get a bucket right here.
Baseline left, Mitchell inbounding. You're looking for somebody. Mitchell will go up top to Churchill. Churchill head to Churchill, and he slings it. Can't get it to go, and that's your third. We played 3. We trail 56-37. We'll come back for the fourth quarter. You're watching Elizabethton Cyclone Tournament Basketball on the Student Run Cyclone Network.
I know what I want to be when I grow up.
I'm one of those people who just always knew what she wanted to be.
I probably want to be a doctor.
From a really young age, I always wanted to be a doctor.
But like a really good doctor.
I would even make my little brother pretend he was sick just so I could take care of him.
I think being healthy is important so people can have a happy life.
And when someone along the way said, girls don't become doctors, my teacher inspired me to follow my dreams.
Mr. Green says I can be whatever I want.
And now I'm a research scientist at a medical university. Thank you, Mr. Green, for just believing in me.
Thanks, Mr. Green.
You help make their dreams possible. We can do the same for you.
Back live, we start the fourth quarter. We trail 56-37, head for a 3-ball. Not there. Knocked loose, picked up Mitchell. Dalton got to come back, an orange and black comeback. It's got to start right now. 7:44 to play. We're down 19. It's not improbable, just got to do it. Stevens for a double C3. Not there. Rebound, Knittel. Knittel for Volunteers. Tied up. Churchill steals it, puts it up.
Get in there.
Good. And a foul. Churchill stole it, muscled it up and in. Well, Churchill will go to the line for a possible Cyclone 3-point play here. Foul's going to be on Knittel. That will be his second, team foul number 3. And Churchill in a muscle move. He's got 9, trying to make his first double-digit score in the ball game for the Cyclones. 56-39. Volunteer, yes. Churchill 3-point play. He's got 10. And the Cyclones defended on a 2-2-1 press here. Knittel with the basketball. Knittel trap comes here. Ball nearly stolen away. It is. Nope, stolen back by Head. Head with it, driving. And he walked down low. Ball knocked loose, up for grabs and to the floor. McLean.
He had it tied up.
McLean and Whaley get tied up. It's going to be called on Luke Whaley. It'll be his second. Team foul number 3 on the Cyclones.
Man, we needed that break right there. We rattled them a little bit right there on some of that full court pressure. Had a chance to get a turnover right there. Wish we'd have got that call.
Baseline inbound Knittel. Knittel inside, shot taken, left elbow, rims out Minton. Who's got it? McLean, ball knocked loose. Nate's got it. Nate's got it down the floor, pushing the basketball. Into the front court, Whaley. Whaley, Luke spins his way, looks for help, goes up top Mitchell for a double C3. Not there. Down low, whistle, foul, loose ball, I think, on the Cyclones. Foul's going to be on Nate Stevens. That's his third. Team foul number 5, possession Volunteer. We trail by 16 here, 56-40. 7 minutes to go in the ball game. Knittel with the basketball. Knittel into the front court, down low to McLean, puts it up and in. Tucker McLean and count the basket and a foul on Will Churchill. Tucker McLean with a chance for a Falcon 3-point play, and it's going to be, foul's going to be on Will Churchill, his second. Team foul number 6 and a chance for a Falcon 3-point play here. Barnett gets set to check in. 58-40. Shot is not there, rebounded by Jackson Hobbs. He'll give it off to Mitchell. Their biggest lead's been 23 here, 56-33 in the ball game. Right side, Nate Stevens around the screen, can't get the shot. Back at Churchill, he'll pop a 3, not there on the bank, shot 3, double C3, rebound Knittel. Knittel to Jolton Harrison. Harrison with the basketball. Harrison, Jolton to the foul line. Down the paint, right side Christian, 12-foot jump shot, air ball. Rebound underneath the basket. McLean puts it up and in. Tucker McLean on the basket. He's got 6. Whaley, right side Stevens for a double C3. Not there. Rebound Whaley. Whaley puts it on the floor. Luke puts it back up. Good. Whaley with a bucket, his first of the ball game for Luke Whaley. Knittel, shot not there. Rebounded, batted around. Hobbs has got it. Kicks it out to Whaley. We're down 18 with 5:50 to play. Whaley, penetration. Luke, backdoor look to Hobbs, and it's stolen away. Tried to do a no-look pass, and Harrison steals it. They'll give it off to Minton. Minton with the basketball. Minton will go penetration between the circles. Minton. High post, Harrison, elbow. Knittel behind that screen for a 3, air ball. Out of bounds, Cyclone basketball. 5:26 to go, we're down 18. In goes Paulson, in goes Barnett, out comes Whaley, out comes Churchill. Here's your 5, Hobbs, Paulson, Stevens, Barnett, and a full timeout by Volunteer, and Dalton Mitchell. Coach, you're down 18 here, 5:26 to go. Again, we just have had a difficult time shooting the basketball tonight.
Yeah, we have. You know, extending the court, defensively since we've started the fourth quarter really is giving them a little bit of trouble. I mean, playing that way the whole game is difficult when you don't have a ton of depth. So that's probably the reason, Coach Honeycutt we haven't pulled that out any sooner. But obviously we got to play a little catch up here. But they've been a little uncomfortable again in the full court. Will got us a little spark right there, getting that M1 going to the line and making a bucket. And you know, we've had a couple chances to score there, but you know, you got to give credit to Volunteer. It just seems like every time we get just a couple of possessions of momentum going, one of them steps up and makes a big shot or makes a heady play and gets to the rim and scores or goes to the free throw line. So we just got to string some consecutive baskets together here. We certainly can't trade them. Plenty of time here, 5 minutes and 26 seconds left in the fourth quarter, but we got to make sure we get some stops, pick up those rebounds. We got to get it out, let it go score, and do it quickly.
Cyclones inbounding the basketball. Stevens, Mitchell, Paulson, Hobbs, and Barnett. Got to flip the switch, got to make it go right now. We're down 18 with 5:18 to play. Mitchell, crossover dribble. Dalton in the paint, step back, follow away jump shot, and we'll call a walking call, I think. Yep, he did. Correct call. He hit that extra little rapid jump step, and we'll go the other way. 60-42, Cyclones trail it, inbounding it, Volunteer on the turnover. Harrison to a head, back to Harrison. Picked up three-quarter court, actually full court by Dalton Mitchell. Harrison across the timeline. Harrison will go left side to head with the basketball. Back up top to Harrison. Harrison working with Dalton Mitchell. Dalton's got 2 fouls. Only one in foul trouble. Stevens got 3. Harrison up top to Minton. Minton with the basketball. The head play will keep away, milking the clock a little bit. 4:40 to play in the game. We're down 18. You can't score if you ain't got it. Minton. And he dribbled off his foot, picked up in the corner by Harrison. Back to Minton. He'll go right side to head. Head down low to Christian. Puts up the shot on the glass. Milk the clock, got points. That's what you want. He's got 10. We're down 20 with 4:22 to go in the season. 62-42. Paulson, follow-away jump shot. Nice jump shot by Mac Paulson. He's got 4 points. Got it to 18 with 4:10 to play in the ball game. Minton driving. Minton shuffles up the left side of McLean. And I'll tell you what.
That's a lot of steps, too.
You can say what you want to about Canitto and Harrison. The guy makes this team go is Braden Minton.
Yeah, he sure does.
Hobbs shot, not there, left it short. Up top head, goes off his hand out of bounds. Will be Cyclone basketball. So for all the accolades, and they're deserved by Andrew Canitto and Jolton Harrison and Blake Head and Case and Christian, for my money, number 2 is the engine on this team. The locomotive is Braden Minton. As he goes, they go. Fair enough?
Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, he gets a lot of things started. He does a good job handling the ball in the backcourt. He's handled a ton of pressure throughout the game since the tip started. And, you know, he's either got a hand in a bucket or he's got a hand in creating a bucket just about every time down the court. At least he has tonight. So certainly those guys wouldn't be where they are without his presence on the court.
Plus, he's got a pretty good last name. Ball stepped out of bounds. It'll be Volunteer basketball. Lane went down to the corner to get it. Stepped on the line. Possession, Volunteer. 3:45 to go. We're down 20. Inbounding it to Minton. Minton down the right side of the floor. Up top to Canitto. Canitto, head fake. Puts up a leaner, counted to foul Paulson. Canitto. He's got 15 points, and Paulson picks up his second foul. Team foul number 7 won't matter. It's a shooting opportunity.
Middle's probably as good as anybody in this conference. Of any of the teams I've watched play, and doing what he just did. He's really good around the rim. He's a good threat from outside too. He can knock down the open shot, but that's his strength right there. Is finishing with contact. Strong kid. Got to give credit where it's due there.
Barnett, double C3, got it. Andrew Barnett drops that 3 ball. He's got 5 points in the game. Cuts the lead now to 20 with 3:25 to go in the ball game. 30-second timeout for Elizabeth. Maybe too late to swing by there. Nope, you got 19 minutes. You're out buzzing around. Stop by Chick-fil-A. Are you a milkshake guy? What kind of shake you like? Chocolate, strawberry,
chocolate shake.
Neller,
it's classic.
Cookies and cream.
Classic chocolate shake with the whipped cream and the cherry on top. It's just hard to beat, man. It's just hard to beat. You know, you got to give it to Tommy and all those guys over there, Barry and all that. Well, any Chick-fil-A, you know, they do a good job. They got a great product. They got their customer service. You know, if somebody can map that and take it anywhere. But the unique thing is that no matter where you go, it's exactly the same. You can stop on the interstate, a couple states over, or just wherever. So we appreciate the Tipton family and Chick-fil-A, everybody that works there. They employ a lot of our kids. They give a lot back to our school and our whole school system. So there's a lot of positive things to say about them. We appreciate it.
Harrison, baseball pass to Christian. Christian falling out of bounds and ball knocked loose and shot taken and counted by Andrew Knittel. He's got 18. Mitchell puts up the floater, not there, draws a foul. Foul's going to be on 21. That'll be Tucker McLean. That's his first, team foul number 4. Mitchell to shoot free throws. Dalton's got 7 tonight. Mitchell averaging 5 against Volunteer. Mitchell's shot is up and it's in. He's got obviously 8 points in the ball game. Head back in. One more shot for Dalton Mitchell. Make that second shot up.
He did. He did.
Dalton made them both. He's got 9 points. And they got the lead to 20, 69-49, but a foul in the backcourt of the Cyclones. Number 12, that'll be on Andrew Barnett. That's his second. Tomorrow, 2:45 airtime. What about you, Doc? But I'm ready. I'm excited about this girls basketball team. Excited about our guys team too, but we're on the short end of the stick here at the 3:06 mark in the ball game.
Yeah, we got to get something going. You got to, like I said earlier, you got to give credit where it's due. You know, Volunteers done a lot of positive things. They came in and done so far anyway what they needed to do to win the game, and that's shoot the ball well around the rim and knock down some important shots. So just like this one here, going to the free throw line, Head getting a chance to knock down maybe a second one there, even though on the miss. It's you know, they've done a good job just executing their game plan and extending a lead. It's like it's just kind of crept out from underneath us throughout the course of the game. And you look up, it's a 20-point lead.
Mitchell with it. Inside of 3 to play. Cyclones down 21 here. Mitchell, trap, looking for up, goes up top to Hobbs. Hobbs foul line. Hobbs back door, tries to go to Stevens and lost the ball. Down the floor to Christian on the runner, good. Casey Christian's got 12 points. Shot taken, not there. Rebound Christian for Volunteer. To Mint. Inside to Harrison. Head fake, puts it up and in. Harrison from the basket. He's got 17. Cyclones shot on the runner. Andrew Barnett with the basket. And Barnett's got 7 points in the ball game. And a timeout on the floor. Tell me something good's going on with Elizabeth High School this week. Really been good. It's been a good week at school, hasn't it?
Yeah, you name it. I mean, it's been a good solid week. Kids are getting them a nice little 3-day break. You know, got them an inclement weather day on Monday. Of course, everybody did. And coming up to this coming up Monday on President's Day, we've got a professional development day, so that's for teachers. But the kids get a chance to sleep in. I know the 2 at my house will be taking advantage of that, like they always do. Yeah, you know, I want to make sure, you know, we give a shout out to this network team. You know, they've done such a good job so far this season. Jackson Clavier and Hayden Hensley and Ada Digby running cameras tonight on a rotation, doing a really good job. And Gina Zedbeva and Matt Chorvis working up in the production room. You know, kind of rotating and getting looks at, you know, what it means to provide a live broadcast. Just, I've said it once and I'll just keep saying it. It just keeps getting better. You know, the ideas and the things that are coming out from the kids. And Mr. Prophet this week, really appreciate them. Good to see Nathan Schuma getting to check in the game here with 2 minutes to go too.
2:01 to go. One of our seniors, Nathan Schuma. Foul's going to be on 22. That'll be Matt Paulson, his third. Team foul number 9. It'll be a 1+ now for Andrew Knittel. He's got 18 points in the ball game. He had 7 at halftime, so he's had a big 11-point second half for Volunteer. Andrew Knittel, one of their seniors. Shot is in and out on the front of the 1-on-1. Rebound Paulson to Whaley. Whaley to Stevens. Nate. Step back 3, can't get it. Whaley in the corner, runs the baseline, kicks it inside to Schuma, and off Nathan's hand will go the other way.
job by Luke right there. That solid ball fake, taking it to the rim hard. Man, he's so explosive. We'll see that on Friday nights in the fall, but here on the basketball court, it's no different. A good look right there for Nathan. Just couldn't convert on the pass.
Knittel goes up, can't get it, bounces off the referee's head, goes out of bounds. Cyclones will get it.
Referee's in play. That's interesting. She called that out of bounds, yeah. Maybe her foot was out of bounds when it hit her.
That's a lot of basketball.
Yeah, that's right.
We're down 23 with 1:46 to play.
We'll take it.
Yeah, Mitchell to Whaley. A technical foul on Coach Honeycutt. Not sure what he said. So a technical foul, Coach Honeycutt. At the 1:44 mark. So Christian puts a shot up and in for Volunteer. 13 points for Case and Christians. They got 3 in double digits here. Harrison with 17, Knittel with 18, and now Christian with 13. Safe to say we're down 25 with 1:44 to play. You're going to see Volunteer take on Tennessee High tomorrow. It's going to be a good ball game. Let's play it out here. Bring in Cyclone pride in play here. Schuma over the basketball, inbounding at the backcourt to Knittel. Knittel to Nate Stevens. Nate, one of our 3 seniors on the team here, along with Dalton Mitchell and Nathan Schuma. We'll talk to Coach Honeycutt in the postgame. We'll pick our player of the game tonight. Fort Travis Deli player of the game. Harrison with it up top. Will choose to milk that clock. Here's McLean. McLean back to Harrison. Harrison will be guarded by Nathan Schuma. Down low to Christian. Christian will kick it in the corner to Minton. Minton back up top. So Volunteers going to stamp their ticket to the regional. They'll be back in here next Saturday. And they'll be back in here tomorrow. Zach Crawford going to unload the bench now for Volunteer. Thank you, Sheriff Fraley. You're very kind. May I read this to you, sir?
What you got?
Don't want to sound like a broken record, but you men are the best. Thank you so much for the wonderful coverage of the Cyclones. Thank you, sir. Look at that camera work.
Appreciate that. Yeah.
Look at this camera work. I'm telling you, these guys and gals, look at that. We are blessed to have these kids. I'm telling you.
You're doing a good job. You're doing a good job.
You'd have to be a
great job.
You have to be a trained orangutan not to pull this off. The camera work they give us, I mean, good grief. Ain't no great shakes. These guys just provide a great picture for us to call.
Yeah.
Backcourt inbounding going into number 4. Don't have a number 4. That's even better. So he's not on the roster when we get for the tournament. So we'll go to Nolan Amix. We do have Nolan Amix, number 11. 20 is Owen Miller. So Volunteers went into our season pretty much. 21 seconds to go. We're down 25 in the corner. Back up top, they're playing keep away. And the Falcons will go 20-10 and punch their ticket to the regional and take on the 5th-ranked team in the state tomorrow, Tennessee High. It'll be a good ball game, 4:30. Tennessee High Creed music and
be a great game. Be a great game.
Final score 76-51 Cyclones. Season is done at 9-17 as the final record for the Cyclones. So 76-51 the final. We'll pick our Fort Travis Deli player of the game here. We'll come back after this 2-minute break and we'll talk to the head coach as well. Cyclones lose tonight, 76-51. Season over, they're 9-17. Volunteer improves to 20-10. Will play Tennessee High tomorrow. So the quadruple hitter is set Tomorrow at 3 o'clock, our Lady Cyclones take on Sullivan East. At 4:30, Tennessee High and Volunteer Boys. At 6 o'clock tomorrow night, Tennessee High's girls and Unicoi County's Lady Blue Devils. Then the nightcap at 7:30, Unicoi County's guys and Sullivan East guys. So your job, sir, is to pick the player of the game.
We're proud to help our region move forward and help reopen every business we can.
Hey, it's Mayani. A little thing that I love about the Chick-fil-A Cobb salad is the chicken, literally the nuggets, they smack. When you put those nuggets in the salad, it just brings the salad to life. I'll give it a 10 out of 10.
Hi, I'm Jasmine, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A market salad is that the chicken is super juicy and the apples can be a little tangy, also a little sweet as well, so there's just a ton of different flavors. It's just so good.
Replace Baldy and the crab sticks. The glass
box of that. Deputy Dog.
I'll be here.
I can just find my papers. Final score 76-51. Volunteer Dr. John Benton, our Port Trav Deli player of the game tonight. Who'd you pick, sir?
Hard to argue with Nate Stevens' performance tonight. You know, we talked early in the pregame about output from your seniors. You know, you got to come to play tonight. Obviously, we didn't get the outcome that we wanted. You know, Dalton and Nathan, hate to see those guys go, but you know, Nate Stevens having a strong finish on a night like tonight. Dalton just couldn't get some things to go. Nathan had a good look there underneath the rim, maybe to get a bucket. All three of those seniors are proud of them, but you know, tonight, as far as player of the game goes, I think you know Nate had a complete game. Nobody had a perfect game, but just want to give a shout out to him and all the seniors for you know a tough season. There's a lot to be learned from the end of a season where it doesn't always end up the way you want it to. You know, life's full of adversity, and winning and losing kind of takes care of itself at times. And so just tell those seniors and those guys, you know, that even though things may not have worked out the way that they wanted to, there's a lot to be learned from this season. Those young guys that are coming back, stay in the gym, keep working, and next season will be here before you know it. We'll move on to tomorrow at 2:45 and come back this way and cover the Lady Cyclones and see if they can make a run down the road.
Didn't get what we wanted tonight. We're proud of these guys.
Yes, sir.
No question, because they wear orange and black, so we're proud of them. It's real simple. It ain't hard to figure that one out. Cyclones lose 76-51. Volunteers got a good ball club, sir. They do.
You got to tip your hat to them. Again, you know, they did a really good job coming in and executing their game plan and you know, doing the things that they had to do to win the game. They knew what they knew what they had to do, and a lot of it probably had to do with just making sure that they did the things that's made them successful up to this point. You made a good point about their point guard, Braden Minton. I mean, he's such a solid player, and he's the motor of the team, does a good job handling the ball. And Niddles had some good finishes around the rim, double-digit score. A couple other guys there just knocking down big buckets. Anytime we had a couple possessions where things got going our way, they started off with the momentum, and they just managed to hang on to it. There was a couple of stretches there where we got some buckets and had a chance to close the gap. But like you said, you got to take your hat off and give credit where it's due. Good luck to the Falcons. And you know, this conference has been kind of a toss-up all season. It's kind of weird early on. You didn't really know who was going to win. You know, we beat East in triple overtime over there in a 100-plus point game by both teams. And then East goes up to Tennessee High and wins, I think. And Unicoi goes over to Volunteer and beats them on their court after Volunteer beat us. It was kind of a mix-up. A lot of the teams have a lot of similar characteristics, but it's a strong conference, and there's going to be some teams that emerge from it in the region. So we just want to wish all of them luck, and hopefully we'll be able to be a good host this weekend and next weekend in the regional tournament as they come back here. Whoever ends up coming back here after those satellite games and get a chance to go down the road. So if it can't be us, we want to wish the best of luck to our conference teams as they move forward.
Absolutely. Well put. Numbers tonight, let's look at them for the Cyclones. 15 field goals, 5 3-pointers, 6 out of 10 from the stripe for 51 points. Scoring tonight, Will Churchill, 10. 9 for Dalton Mitchell. 9 for our player of the game, Nate Stevens. 8 tonight for Jackson Hobbs. 7 for Andrew Barnett. 4 points tonight for Mac Paulson. 2 points tonight for Luke Whaley and for Justice Wallen. For Volunteer, as a team, 26 field goals, 5 3-pointers. From the stripe, 9 for 13 for 76 points. Scoring tonight for Volunteer, 4 in double digits. Andrew Canitto, 18. 17 for Jolton Harrison. 14 for Casey Christian, and 10 for Blake Head. 8 points tonight for Tucker McLean on the bench, and 8 for the point guard. He's the man, as far as I'm concerned, Braden Minton. No relation, but he can play like John. So, 76-51 final.
I don't have those ball handling skills. I certainly don't have them now.
So,
he's a good player.
Yep, he is. So, Cyclones, now we've set our sights on the Lady Cyclones tomorrow. Winners of 13 in a row, 4th-ranked team in the state, taking on a team they've beaten twice, but as Lucas Andrews said at halftime, he had stepped away, but he said, look, this is a better team than we played them when we played them twice. So we better be ready to roll, and we will be. Join us tomorrow, 2:45 airtime. Dr. J and I. You okay with me saying Dr. J? You look at me sometimes, and I want to make sure I don't want you to throat punch me or anything.
No, don't pay attention to my looks. No, don't pay attention to my looks. My face doesn't always tell you what I'm thinking. Usually I look like I'm focused on something. So no, don't pay attention to what I say.
I got you.
Or the way I look.
I got you. Well, you know whose birthday is today?
MJ, right?
Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
60 years old today.
How about that? I know.
That's useless trivia, but he is 60
No,
years
that's
old.
not useless trivia, but it makes me feel old, you know. not that I'm old, but yeah, it's MJ's birthday. I heard that last night. I was telling both my kids that it's MJ's birthday, so I make sure that at home that they know he's more than just a shoe.
You know, yeah, the greatest player of all time, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
And he gave a donation. Coach Honeycutt's here. He gave a donation, $10 million for his birthday to Make-A-Wish.
Yeah,
how about that? That's pretty class.
Yeah.
All right, see you tomorrow, sir?
Yes, sir. We'll see you tomorrow. Go Cyclones.
Go Cyclones. That's it. We bleed orange and black here, folks. It's the way it rolls. So tonight, a 4-headed monster. Andrew Knittel, Jolton Harrison, Kason Christian, Blake Head. Like the guy that did us the most damage was our point guard, Braden Minton. We're here with our head basketball coach, Lucas Honeycutt. Coach, number one, thank you for coming out here when you lose. It's easy to come out here when you win. Not only you lose, but your season's over. You still want to come out and talk about your kids. Tell us what happened tonight. What in your mind, sir?
It's one of those things, talent-wise, we know that they've got us in that regard, and if they come out and play well, we'd have a tall uphill battle. And that's what it was. They come out and played well, carried by Jolton Harrison. I thought Jolton really first half was just
he was.
We didn't have an answer for him first half. We tried to switch up a little bit in the second half defensively and change it. And then when we did that, other kids stepped up and, they just started spreading that ball around. And when they do that, man, they're a really scary team. Like that team could very easily finish, one in the conference, and they very easily could win this thing. Nothing to be disappointed about. Like as far as just our effort was there. Just couldn't put the ball in the hole enough, and just made too many mistakes.
That was our take, and during the broadcast, we said, "Look, they're making them, and we ain't." It's real simple, and we had the shots. It just didn't go tonight. Some days you get the peanuts, some days you get the shells, and the shots just didn't fall for us tonight.
Right.
I mean, that's what else can you say? I mean, it wasn't for lack of effort, but it just didn't go our way. Losing at 76-51. All right, talk about your 3 seniors. We do this every time we get coaches on, so give me your thoughts on numerically number 3, Nate Stevens.
Oh man, Nate's just a kid that's just a worker. Nate shows up. I don't remember maybe just a handful of times Nate missed anything. He missed one game that I can remember the entire time. He was sick with the flu. And then practice-wise, it wouldn't have been over 3 practices his entire time here. So Nate shows up, he goes to work every day. Nate's just a special kid. He's a good young man. You know, he signed a football scholarship, and he's going to do well. He's going to go get better for you know, for 4 more years or 5 more years, however many how many they let you play in college now. They let you play a lot now, so he's going to be a good asset, good pickup, and you know, we hate to see him go.
Nate Stevens. By the way, our verse of the day, let's drop this in here. We always dedicate our show to the man who hung on the cross. Today's no different. Forgot to do this earlier. I got so keyed up this game. Psalms 46:1 says, God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. It's our verse of the day, Psalms 46:1. We pray in Elizabethan. We sing the national anthem in Elizabethan, and we dedicate our show to the man on the Cyclone Network. Number 15, Dalton Mitchell, other
Number
senior.
15, Dalton Mitchell. You know, Dalton, I can remember Dalton when he was young and just a little 7th grader came into our system, and, you know, he was just this lanky little wirely, you know, just 7th grader, and, you know, just had tons of ability and talent, and just, you know, watching him grow up, you know, Dalton's been one of those guys that, you know, I felt like I've mentored here for 4 years, and, you know, we've always had challenges, but, you know, at the end of the day, one thing that you'll never, ever say about Dalton Mitchell is that he didn't give it 100%. Dalton Mitchell plays extremely hard. He plays his guts out. And, like, there's not many things that I value more than that. And he did that from start to finish. And that, you know, that right there is something you don't get from every kid. Sometimes kids aren't wired that way. And Dalton is. He'll flat out give you everything he's got.
Last senior on the team, numerically, number 42, Nathan Schuma.
Nathan Schuma, man. Wonderful kid. You know, you ask teachers in the building, maybe top 5, you know, personalities and, you know, people. I would be hard-pressed to find Nathan Schuma not in that top 5. And he's just one of those kids that didn't get a lot of time. And, you know, we picked him up as a junior. And, you know, he's a band kid and, you know, basketball player, soccer player. You know, he does a lot of things, and he's involved in a lot of activities, and, you know, he's just an asset to our team for what he brings to, you know, the unity of the team. He was, you know, never had any kind of altercation with anybody. Everybody loves Schuma, and my little boy loves him too, and, you know, he's very, you know, he's going to be one of those that's going to be very hard to lose, very hard to lose.
We finish it out at 9-17. Volunteer moves on. Our season is done, but next year back, Luke Whaley, Zach Wallen, Andrew Barnett, Zach Bates, Will Churchill, Mac Paulson, Jackson Hobbs, Hudson Smith, and Justice Wallen, and some kids will be coming up, of course, from the T.A. Duggar team too. So we got some horses in the barn to get this thing back on track and be ready to roll. It'll come back sooner than you think, right?
It'll be here before we know it. So, you know, just got to get back to work and, you know, got to get after it. There's Nate. He's coming over.
I want to get him talking.
Yep.
I appreciate you, sir.
Yep, thank you. I appreciate you. You know, I know you're spread thin covering all kinds of different things, but, you know, we couldn't do any better, man. Like, we really do appreciate you and your hard work, and I know these kids love you. Think a lot of you. You know, we do as coaches as well. So we appreciate your coverage and all the kind words. You probably never say anything negative, and maybe sometimes you probably should, but you don't. And that's appreciated more than people realize.
We bleed orange and black, sir.
Orange and black, baby.
You got it.
Go Cyclones.
Go Cyclones. There you go, folks. He came and talked. Let's get Nate Stevens on our player of the game before we get out of here. Doug Fritz wants to. Oh, he's wanting to talk to. I thought you wanted to sing. You want to. His eyes got big as saucers. Sing? No. Doug is covering it for the John City Press. He's on our show today. Here he is, folks. This kid is tougher than a pine knot. Playing football, where are you going next year?
Cumberland University.
There you go.
Yes, sir.
We're so proud of you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yes. Player of the game tonight. Your thoughts about this game tonight and this season for Nate Stevens?
You know, there were a lot of disappointments during the season, but at the same time, it was amazing to, you know, just be able to go out there and play my senior year with my teammates and my friends, and you know, those are memories you'll never forget, and those are priceless memories. So I'm just happy for the opportunity that, you know, God's given me to be able to go out there and play the game that I love.
He's got it figured out, folks. So did Bradley Cannon at halftime. He gave credit to God, and this man does as well. going to play football at Cumberland University. Of course, Nate was a 1,000-yard rusher. Long about the third game of the season. I'm not sure where you flipped the switch in football, but you flipped it and away you went, and nobody could stop him. What was the game? I guess it was down the first game down in Anderson County. You ran like a runaway freight train.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I was so proud of you. We were going bananas up in the press box all season long. So basketball, you gave us a lot of thrills too. And so what will be a memory for you or memories that you'll always keep playing Cyclone basketball?
Cyclone basketball, one for sure, will always be my freshman year. There was a tournament game up at Sullivan East against Sullivan South. Very packed game. It was for the conference championship, and that was a very intense game, a very exciting game, one that I'll never forget. And also this game this past year against Sullivan East went into 3 overtimes, and we ended up pulling that one out by 1 point. That was a great game and a game that I'll always remember.
Absolutely. You were a big part of that win.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yes. He'll go get him a sandwich at Poor Trav's Deli. What's your favorite sandwich down there?
I'm not sure. I think I just like a
turkey and cheese?
Turkey and cheese.
Turkey and
Turkey
cheese.
and cheese is always a good bet.
We love this guy. Now, you doing any spring sports? You done?
Oh, I'm running track.
Running
this year.
track?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Running track. We're supposed to stream the track meet, the conference track meet. That's what we're working on.
Okay.
So
That'd be nice.
But I'm going to guess you're going to run one of the sprint events, correct?
Yes, sir, I am.
Like 100?
I got the 100 and the 200 usually. Yes, sir.
See, folks, three sport athlete, football, basketball, and Nate the skate. You know why he skates? So he can fly. So we got to say good luck to our girls tomorrow too, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Come back and watch it?
Yes, sir. Most likely I'll be here. If I don't got anything going on, I should be free.
Yeah. Come on back.
Yes,
Congratulations,
sir.
sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
There's your certificate. All right, it's going to do it from here. Daniel Proppen and you folks, what a great job you did upstairs, and the 3 youngsters, again, running these cameras. Nobody gives you what we give you. I'm just telling you. It's all student-run Cyclone Network. Back tomorrow, 2:45. This place will be rocking. It'll be a quadruple ball games tomorrow. Let's run down the schedule before we get out of here one more time. Again, thank you to Daniel Proppen and the folks. It will go like this at 3 o'clock. The Lady Cyclones, winners of 13 in a row, 4th in the state, will play the Sullivan East Patriots, the Lady Patriots, who won tonight 69-61 over Volunteer. That'll be the first game at 4:30. The Volunteer guys will take on the 5th-ranked team in the state in 3A basketball, the Tennessee High Vikings. They'll bring a big house at 4:30 tomorrow. Then at 6 o'clock, the Lady Vikings, the number 2 seed, will take on the Lady Blue Devils, Unicoi County, the number 3 seed. That'll be at 6. We'll wrap up a 4-day coverage game with Unicoi County's guys and Sullivan East guys will get after it tomorrow night at 7:30. So the regional is set for the boys, Tennessee High, Volunteer, Unicoi County, and Sullivan East. For the ladies, the regional set, Elizabethton, Sullivan East, Tennessee High, and Unicoi County. But up next will be, as we said, for the ladies tomorrow, the semifinals of the district tournament, the regular conference season champions, the Lady Cyclones, winners of 13 straight, put on the line tomorrow against Sullivan East. And you better believe, even though East has gotten beat twice, got swept in the regular season, you better believe that the Lady Patriots will be ready to go tomorrow to take on our Lady Cyclones. We'll be ready, and I know Coach Andrews talked at halftime. He's put them through a pretty rough week of practice, getting them ready for the tournament. Our goal is to not just get back to Murfreesboro, but to win Murfreesboro. And that's a big task and a big order, and it'll really start tomorrow here again at John Treadway Gym. Hope you'll be here with us. If you can't, join us along the network at 2:45 tomorrow with the tip-off at 3. Dr. John Minton, yours truly, going to bring it to you. Until then, we'll say, as always, bloom where you planted, and win or lose, be a good sport. Final score of Volunteer wins at 76-51. Lady Cyclone basketball tomorrow, beginning at 2:45. We'll see you then. For all the broadcast crew and team on the Cyclone Network, this is Tom Taylor saying so long, everybody.